Hi everyone, so today I wanted to talk about these glasses here. So to everyone, they might just think that these are just normal glasses, normal sunglasses in these cases, but they are definitely not normal. Let me tell you about, and you can kind of tell from the title already, but these are AR glasses. So in general, what exactly is AR? AR in the tech world stands for augmented reality. And so there's a lot of smart glasses that are out there. There's the Google Glass that everyone heard about, which actually I myself wanted to get them at a certain point. There's the Meta Ray-Bans, and there's the Razer ones, which I actually reviewed in this video, some practical uses of it. Those, I think, in my opinion, spoiler alert, a little bit more usable for me. But when it comes to something like these are very specific. Definitely really cool though, because I would say these are definitely, I think, ahead of its time. It's just very, it has to be a very specific use case for you to really make sense of getting these. And just some context, I did not buy them. Addison bought them, and I just asked him to graciously loan them for me for this video because I thought it was a really cool concept. There's some videos that are out there about this, but I just wanted to bring this up because a lot of times those reviews come from like a tech reviewer standpoint or someone who comes from a gaming background. I'm just a layman's person who wants to try to see if it's worth the money or like for everyday use. So I'm not a tech reviewer by any means, but I'm just going to give you a first impression review. So overview of AR. What is AR? What is augmented reality? Essentially, you're seeing a different part of reality somewhere elsewhere that's not your reality. So metaverse is one of them, or if you were going to do something like Oculus, you're like technically in another reality. Augmented reality is also basically like augmenting your current reality. So in this case, things could be like you're trying to drag like a couch into your physical space. That's augmented reality. In this case, there's actually a project. I don't think it's going to be clear, but you can see it's like, when I first saw this, I thought like, it looks really weird from the outside if you're really paying attention, but you kind of see there's two lenses, like four lenses, the true definition of four eyes here. Now in this case, six eyes. So these are real glasses that I'm pointing at right now, and then there's like these internal projected like actual lenses that it's on. So essentially it's very similar to Google Glass, where at the corner of your eye you have something projected. In this case, you have something projected to both of your eyes in a way where it looks like one image. So at first I was like a little bit skeptical because it looks like bifocals. Honestly, I can't get caught walking around like this, but that's why I said that I think the Razer ones at least, or the Meta Ray-Bans, are a lot more discreet. I would not be ashamed of wearing them outside, but this, on the other hand, it looks a little bit weird. Let me show you. Also, not to mention, for the full functionality, you do need this. So this is really something that I think you can only wear at home or somewhere in private, but let me show you how it looks like. So first of all, it's not actually sitting on the nose bridge. It's sitting on these extra nose bridges here. So it's kind of like, you can see it's hovering, like this is my finger going up and down it. It's hovering. Let me show you the side profile. It's literally hovering around here. So it is a little bit weird. When Addison was wearing this and I was talking to him, it just looked a little bit weird. It's like, if you're trying to be glasses, then why? Just try to be something that's obviously going to be really weird. This is like Uncanny Valley. It's like, you're seeing that you're trying to get somewhere, but it just looks weird, in my opinion. This is just my opinion. It looks a little bit ridiculous to some people. The glasses itself, if you don't pay attention that closely, actually look pretty cool. And just to give you some kind of context here, these are sunglasses-ish. They're not like UV protection or polarized anyways, but you can actually change the way it's going to dim. And I don't have it plugged in right now, so let me plug that in right now. You do need to have this plugged in to power it because there is no oh my god, I'm gonna have to do this way. There is no battery. Oh god. I have my computer being projected on now, right? And like filming this right now is a little bit crazy. I'm gonna turn off this light here, but you can kind of see, I'm gonna turn away from my lights. But, oh, actually, I'm gonna show you what I see on my screen because this is essentially what I see on my screen. You can kind of, let me tilt it. This is essentially, I'm seeing the background of my screen right here. And right now it's essentially an extended, like right now, this screen right here, this little box that you see on the window here, That's what I'm seeing. I'm seeing whatever I see here. So I'm not really seeing like another window. I'm actually curious now if I were to make it into, oh my god, this is so hard to coordinate while you're doing this at the same time, wearing it. I'm just ignoring what I have on the glasses right now and going straight to what I have here. Oh my god, why is it so difficult? I can't see. Okay. Now I'm gonna keep very curious if I were to do the duplicate or if I were to just duplicate, extend. So right now, from what I'm seeing here, actually on, let me pan over for you. On my screen, it is actually showing what I'm seeing here. This is my glasses right now. Like on my glasses right now, it's actually showing I'm number 2 when I click identify. And then it shows my computer screen over here is 1. So if I were to extend it, let me see how that would look like. I'm gonna have it extended like that. It basically acted like another monitor. I don't like that, so I'm going to duplicate this desktop on 2 and 1. That felt really weird, but essentially that was what it was. It's like another monitor that you can use. For me personally, when I'm thinking about it, I'm looking at like what would actually be something you can use this for. The one reason why that Addison was actually looking at this in the first place was that when I go to sleep, he wants to be able to, and we actually like sleep in the same bed, and he sometimes sleeps a little bit later than me, sometimes he doesn't, but normally I go to sleep earlier than him when he's not snoozing and forgot about it. But okay, this is a little bit ridiculous now. I'm gonna take this off. But for him specifically, I go to sleep and then I tell him you have to turn off the lights or go to sleep, or you go leave the room and you go do your thing there, because he turns on his audio or he turns on the screen, but the screen's so bright, so I make him go to a different room or he just sleeps. In the end, he just ends up sleeping. So that's actually the trigger. He wanted to wear those so he can watch whatever he wants to do, play games however he wants to do, and not bother anyone around him. That's the only use case so far that I actually see being useful. Or at least like for him, like maybe he just wants to play video games on another screen, but like a lot of times your video games are already on a screen. So for example, the Nintendo Switch is on a screen, PS Vita on a screen. So if you're interested in gaming or watching shows like that, or like Netflix, YouTube, or anything like that on a screen, they do have speakers at the sides over here, and there's actual microphones as well, which I tried to do a FaceTime with Addison. It did not really work that well because audio was going from my phone and I couldn't hear anything either. None of the audio was going towards the headset, but from what Addison said, I think it's the way he configured it. Like if you made it into a headset versus headphones, it would have been a little bit different. So I don't know about that. But in summary, I thought these were cool glasses and concept, but usability for most people I don't think is really that necessarily. Let me actually double check how much it costs, because I honestly don't think it's worth it. So I think the only time it would actually make sense is if it has like cameras on it, so it's very similar to the Ray-Ban Metas where you could take videos and then you could see it, or if there's gestures, because if you were to do something like gaming, the good thing is that you're already using a controller. But if you're doing something like typing, you already have a laptop or computer of some sort that already has a screen. So if you're typing, you're essentially watching it on your little monitor in your glasses while you're typing on your keyboard. So it's essentially just adding another monitor. And personally for me, I think if you're thinking about it in a way where like maybe you have the glasses on and you're seeing it on top of your monitor, that's the only way I can think it makes sense. But it's really annoying to go back and forth. I like to have my monitor stationary for a reason, but if I were to do something like that, I just don't think it works out for me. The only other thing I can think about is like media. If you just don't want to have your giant tablet on, but your tablet needs to be on, it's essentially a projection of what you have. So I don't know, it's a little bit weird, but this is just if you were to just have it plugged in or you have a hub of some sort. Addison did order the Beam Pro, so that will definitely have a lot more involved because it has like it's essentially like its own little system. So in this case, you could have like Netflix directly on there. You don't need to have another screener of anything like that. That's the only time where I think it might be a little bit more interesting, but let me just double check here. Xreal Air 2 Pro. That's what he bought. Right now, it's $349. So with $349, I'd rather get the Meta Ray-Bans, to be honest, with what I would want. Yes, you don't really see anything, but I honestly don't really need that all the time. I have a screen with me at all times at one point. So I have a TV, an iPad, or a tablet in this case. I have a computer, or in general, like some kind of screen. I don't find a purpose to have another screen for $349, but the speakers are there, there's microphones there, so technically everything I could have done with the Razer. Let me double check the prices actually for the Razer glasses, but the Razer glasses right now are $60. I think that's more useful. I think the only thing that I would have loved about it is that it had a camera of some sort, but that's pretty much it. So in that case, that's pretty much the Ray-Ban Meta glasses, but in my opinion, not really that necessary. But let me just give you a little bit more information about these glasses if you are interested, because I think like I'm gonna go pan over to Addison where he talks about it. He loves it, but for me as a normal person, I don't think it's never really that necessary. Does not really work that well if you're just trying to do productivity. As I said, you already have a screen in front of you. Why don't you just use that? You want another screen, it's not necessarily that easy to use because you're essentially going to look up like that, because these glasses are fixed to your face. So it's not like you can have it stuck there and then look down to your monitor. It just doesn't work that way. Video calls, as I said, didn't really work that well. You still need to have some kind of screen facing at you, and then you still look weird if you wear these on those calls. Watching videos is pretty cool though, but then again, you still have to have something that's connected to it. The only time that I think would be worth it if you have the Beam Pro in order to do that without having an actual thing. But in that case, like for example, I watch a YouTube video on my phone. I still need to have that YouTube video open on my phone. The only difference is that this is an extension of that view. So let me show you here up front. These are the glasses, and now that I've plugged in, I can show you. So do you see that? I actually just dimmed it dark, really dark. This is really dark now. Really transparent. Darker, dark. Like I can't even see the camera right now. So they do have that, which is really good for immersion. There's volume over here, speakers as I mentioned right over here. So let me play something over here. I'm gonna play a YouTube video of mine.
So to those that are new to my channel, I'm here to talk to you guys about how I got into tech consulting. And a lot of people have been asking me like, what is tech consulting? I still have my parents that like I give them the best explanation ever.
So did you hear anything? That I remember that when I was like 5 to 10 feet away from Addison, I heard everything at the loudest volume. So you have to find that sweet spot, very similar to the Razer glasses, that you do need to find that sweet spot. Otherwise, everyone around you can hear. It's not really like, for example, Addison's whole use case was that he will be able to watch or play games with like next to me when I'm sleeping without disturbing me. He has to have the correct volume, of course, to be able to do that. So in the end, it kind of works realistically, but yeah, so here is the actual cable. It is connected to USB-C, so you do need to have a USB-C enabled item. So in this case, it could be your gaming console, it could be your phone. I have a iPhone 13 Pro, so it actually does have that USB-C in there actually. And then I have my computer, which does have a USB-C. It does come with this pill-like case here, and inside there's wiping your lenses, and then there's also something that you could put on. Let me show you. So it has like this little shelf here. You could plug it on so it completely makes it dark, because over there they have a thing that makes it darker, but it doesn't make it completely dark or blacked out. This one you could put on and be completely immersive. But as I said, it is like coming out of your face a little bit, so you still see light around, but the good thing about this is that it has this shelf on the bottom. So it actually kind of blocks that to make it truly immersive. So let me show you. So it clips on over here and it blocks the bottom. So when you put this on, it really blocks off everything, but I can kind of still see everything. The only thing, however, I can see mostly just the screen. It is pretty clear. There is no blurring there's only blurring at the very bottom of the edges, but honestly, it really depends on how I have it positioned on my nose. Like if I have it a little bit lower, I can see everything. But if I have it positioned a little bit higher, I can't see the timestamp I have at the bottom right of my screen. So essentially, let me see how realistically it is. Like I essentially can use it as if it is my own computer, but it doesn't really work that well for if I already have another screen. So yeah, let me know down below what you think about these glasses. Did I look ridiculous when I was wearing them? I'm going to get Addison's reaction now.
This is my Steam Deck.
So he has a Steam Deck, and this is going to be the controller he's going to be using. He literally has a Steam Deck just on his bedside, and this is like, this did not come with it. No, it does. It did come with it.
I bought it. It's called an X-Real hub.
So it's an X-Real
I
hub.
can use it to charge the Steam Deck.
So this is the thing to charge the Steam Deck, but this is also the same thing that he used to connect to it. Also, this is a thing I also realized is like you're kind of stuck with the location of where that wire is, so he has to kind of have it looped around his neck here.
I bought an extender though.
So many things you're buying just to have a very, very expensive solution for a very easy problem.
It's just a $10 extender.
Yeah. Also, the other thing is like you can't do any gestures or anything like that.
Yeah, of course not.
You have to use a controller of some sort. So even when I was like navigating with my phone or my iPad or my computer, I had to still have something to work with the normal screen. But if you have something like a controller or a mouse, then it would make sense. So let's see how ridiculous he looks.
Can you hear it?
Yep.
I think it's like a high. Did you realize how to turn on the volume?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll just turn on the brightness up. So cool.
Okay, don't talk. I want to hear how loud your game could be from here. I'm like 2 to 3 feet away from Madison now. Okay. Is there a way to see on the Steam Deck like what you're doing right now, or it only like extends?
No, I mean, I can't really stop this because it's real time fighting. Here, you want to try it on?
I want to see yours. I want to see the projection here. Oh, so it stops when you.
Yeah.
Oh.
Interesting. Yeah, that happens. I noticed that too. When you don't have it on, it turns dark, and then you put it on.
Oh yeah, I think I saw in other people's videos that like they do it from the centerpiece. So can you hold this like this? Yeah, there we go. When I go like that, nothing is showing, but when I hover around here, it's like a little motion sensor. Let me show. I'm gonna just show one. Ooh, look at that. So you notice it's literally 2 identical images that form into one. When you wear it, it's pretty seamless. You wouldn't think that they're 2 different images, but let me see if I can focus a little bit more. But like, look at that. It essentially looks like a screen. And it's all controlled by that little sensor over there.
Back to my gaming.
All right. So, can you give me a recap? Do you really enjoy your purchase?
Yeah. Think about it. You don't have to look down all the time on the screen. You can just look up and play like this. Or you could just like lay down.
Oh my god, if you look at that. Look at how thick those glasses are above his eyes. Like the fact that there's like nose piece over here, it's like hovering. And the irony is like what I've seen a lot from a lot of Asian parents is like, don't put your face so close to the screen.
But just a gap though, so it's not that close actually.
It's like, don't put your, oh, you can see your eyes over here. Ooh.
And the lens is from Sony as well. It's micro OLED lenses. So it's better than even our own TV.
Look at him. The guys, this is a whole level of lazy here. And then I would be sleeping right over here. But the only difference is that it's still damn loud.
It's good for your back though. Like, you don't have to, or your neck as well.
Okay, well, final words. Can you tell me, to the reviewers, who is this product for?
It's mostly for people who want entertainment, and again, this is loud, but you can lower the volume down so you can watch and no one can know like what you're watching.
Do you think this is something you would wear in public or use in public?
Yeah, I can see that.
Where?
You can wear it outside in a park, because it's also good for as sunglasses too.
But you have it connected to the Steam Deck, and you have something to charge the Steam Deck.
I'm not gonna play. You can play outside, but I will probably just use my phone.
But then you would still have to look at your phone to control your phone.
No, I mean it's just touchscreen. It's simple. You can just watch TV on it.
But then you're still looking at your screen to know what you're touching.
I don't have to look at the screen. I see the screen from the glasses.
He's still Lulu, okay? All right, well, you heard it here. I personally don't think this was worth it. The irony was that he bought this because of me a little bit, but at the same time, whatever, at least it's better. Kind of. I think that when I sleep, though, he should be sleeping. Instead, he's using this time to play games. Like,
You hear that?
I'm like right now 8 feet away from him, and I can still hear the audio.
Because if she's sleeping, I need to sleep too. You hear that?
You could just go to a different room, okay? You didn't have to be in the bed while I'm sleeping, but okay. Well, that's the video. Let me know down below what you think about it. Would you buy something like this? Would you use something like this? Personally, I think it's a very expensive solution for a very simple problem. I think, like, honestly, if you really wanted something like that, just bring your tablet. Have another extended monitor, a portable monitor. And then that way you can have it whatever way. But I think based off of his use case, I guess it makes sense to do it that way. But as I said, it was a very loud kind of experience. So, all right, let me know down below. What is something else that you want me to review? This is just a Black Friday shopping purchase that he made that I was really curious about. But if there's anything... Oh, it has to be a little bit flipped. There we go. But if you want me to review or do anything about, like, maybe my Black Friday hauls, I made a few big purchases, but honestly nothing really that cool. I got a Dyson Airwrap. I got a Aritzia slouch coat. I got a Arc'teryx raincoat, overcoat, the beta coat, and that's most of it. And a record player as well. So, all right, see you next time. Bye.